Hello and welcome, my name is Parky and today we're playing some more Plague Inc. Evolved. We're going to be doing another scenario today of Shutdown Everything. Recent health scares from SARS, H5N1 and H1N1 raised awareness of how quickly disease can spread. Governments are extremely concerned about the international spread of disease, and people around the world are demanding that countries take a preemptive action. Can the world be infected before countries shut down everything? Well, we're going to find out today. Now, last time we played as a Neurax worm. This time we're also going to play as a Neurax worm. My main thought process behind this is the fact that they're very quickly, all these countries, going to start shutting down all their borders and everything else. So what we can do instead is we can send our guy, our little worm friend, on a plane over to a different country to start infecting it that way instead. And there's a few other things that we're going to insert here. We're going to keep the ATP boost, because that's always useful. We're going to go for suppression this time. Now that's because most of the land borders are going to start closing, I think, fairly quickly. I've not actually played this before, but that's the impression I'm getting. And then we're probably going to stick with hydrophile, because that's probably going to be more useful. Whatever, we'll keep symptostasis. That seems fine with me. We're going to play this on normal, and what are we going to call it? The Wormy Menace. Of course. Welcome to the Shutdown Everything scenario. You're a new Neurax worm. To win, you must evolve and spread across the world, wiping out humans in the ultimate plague. Okay, what am I doing? So we're going to start out in India. What is wrong with me? We've got a few points to start out with that we can start assigning to things, and much like last time, I think we're probably going to start with eggs 1, and should we go for eggs 2? Sure thing. This is going to increase the infection rate in India. Now, aside from this, we're also going to try and go for concertia and then undulatory locomotion, because those seem like quite useful ones to start out with. Okay, so we can probably do that now, actually, because they don't cost very much. We need 5 for the next one. We're going to speed this up to medium speed. Neurax worm emerges. Oh well, the humans have encountered the Neurax worm several times now. Of course, these are all alternate realities that these plagues are affecting. Unless it's the same human race that keep going through the same plagues over and over again. They recover from one and then they get hit by another one. It's not very nice for them. So we're going to go for genetic swap. I think this time we're going to stick to what we know and love, which is the rodent, insect and bird. And then after this we're going to go for a bit of, I think, is it some regen? I can't remember what it's called. Is that over this way? Mutative regeneration. Yes, okay. Increased chance of mutation. Because it's going to reduce the cost of all the symptoms, as we know. So I think we need about 11 DNA points. Journalist rush to cover the latest record-breaking amount of money raised on Kickstarter. Wow. Resources expect record to last at least 72 hours. It's actually really funny because I saw a Kickstarter for someone that was trying to recreate, in real life, build Menace, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because Menace, if you don't know, it is one of the biggest cities in the Lord of the Rings world. It's kind of crazy. I mean, it's all made out of like white marble and other stuff. Not something that you'd very easily make. I think he was asking for something like $2 billion, and he was asking for it within like 2 months, which is, again, pretty stupid. But we're going to go for rodent, and then we're going to go for insect next, which is going to be at 12. I was very tempted to sign up for that one, but unfortunately the amounts that he was asking for, it went up very quickly. It was like $5 got you, like, your name carved into a stone block on one of the walls or something, and then like it went up then to like $1,000, and then you got to stay there for like a night once it was built. Not really gonna happen, is it? Let's be honest. In fact, that's probably ended by now. I don't know what happened. Probably not much, to be honest. The chances are that he didn't get the money for it. But how would you even start going about a task like that? It's pretty crazy, isn't it? Okay, how much do we need for the bird? 14. Okay, I'll carry on rambling about Menace then. Tsunami hits Philippines. Extreme tsunami hits Philippines, who analysts expect significant loss of life despite existence of early warning systems. It's one of those cool things that I'd like to see happening in real life. Whether it would actually happen is another matter. I think with a project that large, you probably need to give it at least like a couple of years to get the funding, because realistically, you're not going to get the amount of funding that you need in that sort of time frame. I think he did actually manage to get about a third of what he needed in the end, something like that. Okay, we're going to go for Air 1 and Air 2. God, I'm really rambling about rubbish today, aren't I? We're then going to go for water. which is going to cost 18, so we want to keep a little eye on our points here, because as soon as we get the points we want to start spending them. We just want to get Air 3. I'm feeling as though maybe we should get a cold now as well, just because I think that was the last problem we had. It wasn't spreading into the cold countries particularly well. Okay, so now that we've done that, I think we're going to go for... should we go for... yeah, let's go for Air 3. That seems good to me. Not actually experienced any of the things which are shutting down borders or anything like that. Looks like they've just started the research now as well, which is going to make things a bit more difficult. What do we need for this 30? No problem at all. So we've got Air 3 now. That's one big thing done. Do we want Water 2? Probably do at some point. Do we want it now? Probably not. We do also want these things, but I'm feeling as though maybe we should go for the cold resistance, or maybe drug resistance next. Drug resistance 1 seems good. We'll go for that now, and then we're going to go for cold resistance, because then it's going to start spreading north, beyond the wall. As Jon Snow loves to say. You know nothing, cerebral ten rouge. What am I doing? Okay, so we got 14 DNA points. We're going to get the Trojan planes going now, because I feel as though that might be quite a useful one to have. Then as soon as we've got some more points, we're going to get this over to Greenland instantly, because they've shut down their port, which is going to make things incredibly difficult for us to start doing, well, transmitting over there, I should say. Okay, so we're going to get Water 2, and then we're going to move on to the insect, rodent, and birds. Burb. Lovely happy burb. I watched a video yesterday of a parakeet knocking down a pile of cups. It was incredible. Why am I telling you this? I don't really know. We can go for bird 2 though, because it's going to start spreading across land borders. Oh my god, the amount of things that have just popped up. I'm going to have to pause the game so I can actually do this. We're also going to send this down to New Zealand, because there's no one down there yet. We're going to grab all of these things and we're going to the menu again. Now where do we want to go? I think maybe this Insect 2, because it's going to increase it in the hot climates. Not that we need to worry too much about the hot climates at this point in time, but maybe we should have gone for Urban. I don't know how many points we're going to get here. Well, actually, as we've invested into the mutative regeneration, maybe we should go for the second one. It does go up quite quickly though, 21 DNA points. What's this? Corpse Feeder? Increase the infectivity when corpse is present. We're not actually planning on killing anyone off, so the corpse feeder one would not be very suitable. We're going to go for the transcendence again, and I'm not going to invest in any of this yet, because I think it's probably not going to cost us too much, because we've got the symptostasis thing, which decreases all that stuff. Do we want this? Decreases future research speed, genetic hardening. Go for drug resistance 2. Should we go for this? I think we're just going to stick to these symptoms in here. We're going to go for Water 3 next. Then after that, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're going to get quite a few more points coming in now, which is going to help everything. So we go infected a few new countries. Going for Water 3 and then Rodent 2, because Rodent 2 is going to help. Okay, how many points do we need for that? 27, so it won't take us very long to get that. Okay, the Wormy Menace has now been placed on the Who watch list, which is going to make things very difficult. We're going to start going up this route here now, so we need 7 DNA points to get to the immaturity rating. Unfortunately, it does also cost us money to devolve traits. Germany is leading the global cure effort. Pop bubbles. Okay, well, we're going to go for immaturity, then mania, and then obsession, and then go for devotion and the others. Now, where aren't we currently? Are we on all of these? We're not in Iceland, so we'll send someone over that way. Avoiding parasitic worms. Reports are coming in all over the world of an extreme obsession with avoiding parasitic worms. Severe measures are being taken to avoid infection. Well, that's lovely. So we need 17 DNA points. Perceptive jolt symptom. Is that good? What is this? Disrupts host priorities and decision making. I suppose that one isn't particularly deadly, so that's fine. So what do we want now? Transcendence, 37 DNA points. It's going to take a little while to get there. The world research speed is going quite quickly. That's the only thing that I'm going to mention. Iceland, are there any other countries? Ah, Madagascar! You are going to screw me over again, Madagascar! Turkey has begun breaking down, which is good news for us, but bad news for them. So 37 DNA points. I feel as though maybe we should start investing in a bit of anti-drug stuff. Go for transcendence, though, because that's going to slow it down. Go for genetic hardening. Or should we go for this? I think genetic hardening would be more useful. Now the question is the rate at which we're going to get more points. If the rate at which we're going to get these points is very slow, then we might have a few problems. Infected worship the Wormy Menace. People infected with the Wormy Menace are reporting visions of the rapture and glorious new overlord species. Without a cure, life as we know it will be over. But will life be improved? This is another question. I'm going to send this over to Canadia. And we're almost there, actually. We've almost infected every single person. Occipital mesh symptom mutated. What is that? What is that? Where is it? It's going to affect the visual processing centre. Hosts are less likely to notice worm infections. I suppose that might be useful, actually. The rate at which the cure is going up is slowing, which is good for us. How quickly are we infecting everyone? Not particularly. I think Iceland is struggling slightly, but we're probably going to get there before the timer runs up, the timer of research. Should we actually go for adoration? Testosterone and estrogen hijack host emotions and create desire to spread infection. Sounds good for me. Psychosis. Shifts better accommodate new worm. Sure thing. Why not? Give us a few more of those nice traits that we need. Now, where are we lacking? Are there any other countries where we haven't got our infection up there? Nowhere. Apparently we're everywhere, literally. I didn't actually notice that much of a difference in them shutting down land borders and everything else, so I'm not really sure what they did with that. There are no healthy people left in the world. The last healthy person on the planet recently became infected with the Wormy Menace. Sounds like an episode of Star Wars, doesn't it? Maybe the infected Wormy Menace people could go and build Minas Tirith for that guy on Kickstarter. The whole world worships the Wormy Menace as their golden master. Efforts to cure the plague have ceased and humanity is entering a dark new future as a slave species. Lovely. Well, that was actually surprisingly easy. Unfortunately, because we didn't do it in under, is it 350 days when you get the 3 biohazard bubbles? Well, either way, we did it in 404 days, which meant that we only got 2 biohazard bubble star things. What is the official term for these? I have no idea. Okay, well, if you enjoyed today's episode and want to leave your feedback in the comment section below, that'd be great. Also leave ratings and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, awkward, goodbye. Awkward.